Alright guys, I am so excited to finally get to this video here. We recently did the best gaming headsets. We have the best gaming keyboards coming up here shortly. But today we're going to talk about the best gaming mice. And we have about 5 or 7, somewhere between 7 and 15 gaming mice here that came out in 2021 that I can hands down easily recommend. Now, no, I'm not going to bore you with back of the box or website specs. I'll throw them up on the screen for you. But what I'm going to talk about is why these mice are on this list from a user's experience. Because I use these products and I want to talk about why I truly believe I can recommend them. And kicking it off with our first mouse is going to be the ever so light Pulsar X Lite. Holy stinking moly, is this mouse lightweight. It is packing a punch and some features in it, but the biggest downside for me is it's so stinking lightweight. You can see right here, you can almost see inside the mouse right there. You see all the internals and everything, right? But no joke, the build of this mouse is still incredibly solid. Like, we see some mice just put some holes and they can't keep their product solid. This mouse being almost hollow here completely is still incredibly solid. And that is so awesome to see. Like, it makes me giddy just thinking about it. And then plus the features and specs it's packing, as you just saw thrown up right there, with the price point that's coming in at, yo, it does it all. Now, talking about this shape right here, it's definitely Zowie EC to a T. That whole thing just rhymed. But anyways, as you can see, you got your buttons over here. Nice recessed scroll wheel. I really love it. Now, it does come in the white, the black, and the red right now. And they actually recently released their super glides for their mice. They have them in red, black, and white as well. They're little glass feet. Let me tell you what, guys, these things are so stinking fast. I can't use them. The combination of the mouse being so light and then these being so fast, it's like, yo, I can't control this thing at all. You know what I mean? Honestly, the mouse, it's not something I can main. I love the shape. I stinking love this shape, but for me, it's too lightweight. And again, combination with the glass feet, it's just, I can't control the thing. It's such an awesome mouse. It's something I highly recommend you trying if you love lightweight mice. But again, for me, it's a little too lightweight, but wow, what an awesome mouse. Our next mouse is the glorious Model D Wireless. Well, heck, really any of the new glorious wireless mice. Why I state that is, man, Glorious really has come a long way, you know what I mean? I had some beef with Glorious back in the days. Not so much just as far as that contract issue, if you all remember that, right? But just as far as their build, I feel like Glorious mice had so much hype, but they were just clanky, cheap mice. I didn't like them. I couldn't recommend them. Their wireless version, guys, no joke, the build on these things are stinking solid. Like, no one's gonna be pressing their mice anywhere like this, you know what I mean? But us reviewers, we don't use products as long as a basic user right there, you know what I mean? So I like to just crank mine up. I wanna break mine instead of you having to break yours. And wow, man, Glorious has come just night and day from their first versions to these wireless ones. That goes for the D-, the O-, the O wireless, and this guy right here. Now, as you're looking at this, I did remove the DPI button if you watch my recent video right there, because when I would grip this guy, go to my scroll wheel, I would always hit the DPI button. As you can see right there, now that I removed it, no issues. In the shape, guys, again, another Zowie EC clone right here. I do have lethal, the core pads from Lethal Gaming Gear on the bottom right here. Just all in all, guys, the build, the shape, it's such an awesome mouse right here. What do they come in at, like 80 bucks or something? Yo, they're packing such a stinking punch. I can't flaunt for the DPI button because that might just be me, you know what I mean? There's nothing we can do but high five Glorious with where they have come. I stinking love this story right here, and I love this mouse. And the next mouse on my list right here is the SteelSeries Prime. The Prime Wireless, but heck, any of them. The Prime whatever, you know what I mean? I love this mouse. I really do. It's unique, and that's what I love about tech, right? It's something different. We can see clones. Heck, every mouse we just looked at has been an EC clone, right? This is just something fresh. It's a little different. Now, let me just get to the point right here, the chase. What I don't like about this mouse are these stinking side buttons. Yo, look how puny they are. Like, come on. We got this big, plump ergo mouse and these little cute, dinky, tiny little side buttons. Like, get out of here. Yo, they're horrible, but the shape, wow. I mean, you put this guy in your hand. It is so nice. Now, some people have stated it's a little bit heavy, which it's lofty in some of them, especially the other two we just talked about. But I like my mice to have a little bit of girth in them. It just helps out with my control. Again, it fits into my hand. I kind of get a relaxed claw. Sometimes I pull it in the back of my palm just to kind of set it in there, you know what I mean? But anyways, it does it all. You can really flick and dip it. You can pull it back. It's such an awesome mouse. Now, one thing that takes some getting used to are the stinking buttons up there. Yo, they're so crispy and just a little firmer. After some time, you get used to them. Again, the biggest flaw all day long, guys, are these stinking side. Let me know what you think about these side buttons. I feel like SteelSeries could have just hit the ball out of the park if the buttons were just, God, so close, so close. But I stinking love the SteelSeries Prime here, guys. It does so much right. It's an awesome mouse that you gotta try. Next up is the GameSense MVP Wireless. Wow, 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 wow. This mouse has me stinking giddy right now. I love it. The shape, the build, everything about this mouse is awesome. I definitely call it a Zowie S1. Not so much a clone, but if you felt the Zowie S1, that's what this feels like right here. Now you definitely got different side buttons. Nice, big, chunky side buttons. Nice separated right in there and everything. Nice recessed scroll wheel. Now the front buttons, they're a little crispy, kind of going right back to the SteelSeries right there. That's one thing I don't like. I'm kind of an Omron guy. I like them nice and soft and to the point. Now, one tiny flaw that I spoke about this mouse before as well is, as you see, you have your side right here. Now, take a look right here. It swoops down, but it swoops down very early. I'm not sure how well you can kind of catch my example here in the camera, right? So we have it here. Bam, right over the edge. So when I'm gripping this mouse, my fingers, especially my pinky, tends to slide right down the edge. So I kind of wish they would have made it a little bit more straight, going all the way out right there. Because again, when I grip it, my fingers almost go underneath it and lift up the mouse. I'm a firmer gripper and I kind of like engulfing the mouse into my hand. So that'll be different for everybody. But for my experience, talking about my top mice right here, that's what happens to me with this. But no joke, guys. This is like, some of these mice have been on my top underrated mouse video. Go check that one out if you haven't right there. Yo, you got to try this mouse. I can't wait till more people start talking about this mouse because this thing is a hidden gem. You got to try this one. Next up, I got to stop sliding them real far because it keeps sliding out of frame, right? But anyways, the Rocat Cone Pro Air Hot Stinking Tamale. This mouse is awesome, guys. It's definitely unique. It's different. When you look at the shape right here, it looks a little aggressive as my lights kind of flooded out right here. But anyways, you have this wicked curve over here on the side. When I first saw this mouse, I thought, yeah, I don't like mice with the thumb rest over there, you know what I mean? But it doesn't really do that too much. Now, it is different. It is. It definitely takes some time to get used to, so give it that time it needs, right? It deserves, right? And then I think it's really going to flow into you. One thing, I keep talking about the downfalls, right? I want to let you know the pros and cons here, right? The downfall of this mouse, which has kind of led it away from me a little bit, is I feel like I kind of got to reach for the side buttons a little bit. Because again, as you can see in the camera, it swoops here a little bit and then it swoops up. Okay, so my thumb's sitting right here. I almost gotta like slide up. Now I'm being nitpicky there, guys, but with our products, we gotta be nitpicky, right? And that's something that just, in my mind, when I'm in a hot heated moment, I'm like, yo, let me get to those. And I just don't like those things. I want my mouse to be absolutely spot on. And this mouse is so close. I stinking love it. I recommend it night and day. It's just awesome. Now the clicks, they're also quite crispy and a little bit heavier like the other mice we just talked about. But again, give it that time it deserves and you're definitely gonna get used to it. It's so unique and different. Some people might be like, yeah, that's a little bit too wild and crazy for me, you know what I mean? But this is something that I think you'll have a blast with. All right, so for our next mouse here, guys, and yeah, it's our one and only wired mouse. If I can get it into the frame, there we go, right? Zowie. This is the S1 right here. They have so many new ones, the ZAs, the FKs, the ECs, their C-line, right? Where they increased or decreased the weight and made a better cable on here, gave it this incredibly drastic point out right there, the stress relief. Holy smokes, that thing is stinking crazy, you know what I mean? But the weight, man, they just made these things so much better. The weight is nice and balanced. Some people are still saying they're a little heavy. Yo, I think that's crazy. These things are perfect right now. Cable's not the best, you know what I mean? It could be better, but wow, guys, they did such a good job with this upgrade right here. No joke, like, hey, I got just about all of them right here, if not all of them. And I've been just cycling through all these mice, like, people, I've stated it many in my other videos, right? People keep saying Zowie's gone, Zowie forgot, Zowie didn't jump on this trends or whatnot, you know? They didn't jump on it and just like, yo, let's reduce weight on our products and get these cranky, creaky little flexy pieces of junk out there. Let's get this right, do what we need to do on our entire line and get it there. The build is still top-notch, stinking solid. Do I want more? I'm with you guys, right? Zowie, you need to make this line in wireless. And when Zowie makes these mice wireless, game over, guys. Game over. This will be, I think everybody will be able to find a main right here. And me even talking about the S1 being my favorite. I also love the ZA. The ZA12 is another one I love EC. I just love so many Zowies. I can't sit here and say, hey, you got to try this one because it's going to be one for you. Just get on their site, kind of look at the dimensions and everything. I feel like the S1 is pretty safe for medium to large hands. I love it. Again, it's kind of plump, but you can still flick it, you know. But guys, Zowie mice, like come on. I don't even need to say anymore. All right, so getting to the end right here, the #1 best gaming mouse of 2021 rolling into 2022 right here, in my honest opinion. I want to know what you guys think. Of course, this is off my opinion, right? I want to hear your guys' opinions as well. But I can easily place the Extrafight M4 wireless in that #1 spot. First off, taking a look at the dimensions and the specs on this mouse, well, it's #1, the dimensions and the shape. Let's focus on that, right? It's unique. It's different. Well, if you used the M4 before, you know what it is, right? This thing has some curves on it. It really does, right? So as you see this big hump on the side right here, you can see it better on the bottom. And it really comes out there. Now that's also on the back right here. It's gonna come out a little bit on the back. Now on the M4 wireless, you can interchange your shells if you go watch the main review and kind of reduce that hump a little bit so it's not really touching the back of the palm here. When you put this in your hand, it definitely touches you over here. Not so much over there, but if you get the reduced hump, it kind of clears a little bit of that space right there. So if you just want to kind of flick and dip without it touching you right in the back of the palm. Me personally, I love that little bit that touched in the back of my palm. This mouse, guys, with this crazy shape we're looking at here, it pulls me right back to the Rocat Cone Pro. It's like, you look at it, you're like, nope, that's not for me. That's a little bit too crazy. Same thing with this. I think some people would look at it and be like, yeah, nah, that's not for me. It's so cool because I can flick and dip this mouse, right? Like I'm dipping around, but if I want to pull my mouse in and just kind of control a little bit more, kind of like an Ergo mouse, EC or something, I pull it back, that little lip right there, this little hump in the back sits into my palm and I just control it. My mouse locks in, right? So I'm flicking, I'm dipping, bam, I'm holding, right? I'm holding and it's resting right there. I play a lot of Halo competitive right now. That's pretty much my go-to game. I still dabble with my Call of Duty, Rainbow Six, stuff like that, but mainly Halo. And that's what I feel like Halo is. It's real fast-paced time to time here and there, but sometimes you just want to hold that shot, you know? And the M4 has just been so good in that situation, being able to flick it, pull it back and just rest it right here and it sits with the side button still being in the perfect position. Don't be scared to try something new. And this is something, again, if you give it that time, you're really gonna catch my drift and be like, wow, that's pretty stinking awesome. All right, so there we go. The best gaming mice of 2021. Now, I know I kept this a little brief. Like I said in the beginning, I just kind of ran through why I think these mice are on this list. If you want a deeper dive, sound test, specs, when we talk more about specs and whatnot, I did standalone reviews on every single one of these mice. Heck, some of them multiple times, you know what I mean? So go check those out if you want a deeper dive. But I just wanted to give you that personal experience with these. But any of these mice, guys, I really think if you haven't tried any of these, you definitely need to give them a shot because, wow, you have so many great options right here. I'd love to hear what your favorite mouse of 2021 is, or if you use any of these and what you think. Or just let me know what you think about my list right here. I really want to talk shop with you guys down in the comments. But anyways, thank you so much for stopping by and watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I was able to help you out. I also hope you're having a fantastic holiday so far. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that thumbs up, and I hope I catch you in the next video. Bye now.